afternoon and welcome to a soccer Saturday from Marian University, and the weather is so nice we're going to play two today. First up, it's the 16th ranked Marian men taking on Governor State out of the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and they are receiving votes in the most recent NAI Top 25 poll. Good afternoon again, everybody. My name is Rick Johnson, joined alongside by Brant McCoskey. And Brant, you look at the Marian Knights, started the season 4-0. They're trying to bounce back in the win column after a weather-plagued, tough loss Wednesday at Olivet Nazarene. But the Knights are really doing a good jojob putting the ball in the back of the net here early on.
Yeah, Rick, it's great to be back in the booth with you again, my friend. Like you said, Marian's off to a hot start, really. 4-1 to start the season. Not the result they wanted on the road at Olivet Nazarene on Wednesday night, but really Coach Jenkins has this team firing on all cylinders. I mean, really, they've been able to put the ball in the back of the net, outscoring their opponents 15-5 on the season, which is quite incredible. They've got 3 more non-con matches after the match today. I think they're going to be just fine heading into conference play.
Crossroads League obviously gets a lot of love on the basketball side of things. Women's soccer starting to get a little bit more respect. They've been incredibly dominant as well. The men's soccer side of the Crossroads League, no slouch as well, with Bethel winning the national title a couple of years ago. Marian starting to get built back up. Or they take on Governor State, who a year ago had their best season in their young program's history. The Jaguars went 16-3-4. They had 11 seniors on the roster. They won both the Chicagoland Athletic Conference regular season and conference tournament. They also picked up their first win at the national tournament level before being bounced in the second round. So a little bit of a rebuilding year here for the Jaguars under 7th-year head coach Matt Eggert.
Yeah, Matt Eggert, after last season, he's really had to turn things around quickly to get this roster ready for the season. Not the start that they wanted. They've lost 3 straight. They're 1-3 on the start of the year, but really they've scored 3 goals in 4 matches, which is really, especially after last season, unheard of for them. 32 shots on goal, though. So they know how to create the opportunities. It's just really taking advantage of those opportunities in the box. So I think we'll see some opportunities for the Jaguars here today.
Made back-to-back trips to the NAI tournament for the first time since that program started back in 2019. Their last time out, they fell 2-0 at Cumberland's Monday night. They were outshot 12-3 in the first half. They evened that at 7 shots aside in the second half, but both goals for Cumberland's were scored within 2 minutes of each other at the 17-minute and 19-minute mark. You see an early throw-in here for the Jags of Governor State. Pedro Mendez out of Chicago able to dribble that ball inside the box. It's turned over and coming the other way. Here comes Marian. Let's get a look at those 3 McCoskies first up here for Marian.
Yeah, for Marian, really, and you and I both had a chance to catch up with Coach Jenkins before the match today, and he said his 3 keys really are pressing Governor State with energy and discipline in our shape, the way they play, being defensively solid at the back and dealing with crosses and balls into the box, and then executing the final pass in the attacking zones, quality balls into the box. And Rick, I'd have to say the Knights have been executing very well inside the attacking zones, knowing that they have 15 goals in 5 matches. So really not something to worry about for the Marian Knights, just executing today.
You mentioned they have such a great goal differential. You look at their shots as well. They've taken 82 shots coming in to today's match through 5 outings so far, but over half of those are on frame. How important is that for a team that's trying to finish in the box and just trying to give yourself and create your own opportunities?
Really, it's just quality opportunities. It's creating the plays that lead up to those great opportunities. So you have these great players, especially experienced players that are coming back for the Marian Knights that know what to do, know how to put the right ball in place, and so they're executing, and I think we're going to see some more goals today.
Donovan Doolittle, the Fort Wayne native, dribbling out near midfield as Marian tries to set up their attack from the defensive end. Knights in the home white today, Governor State in the road black. Knights carrying to that attacking third, deflected out of bounds by Governor State as Cassidy Schlesinger, the Australian, with that last defensive touch. Keys for the Jags today.
Yeah, keys for the Jags is they have to limit the amount of players going forward for Marian. We know exactly what Marian can do when they get the ball in the box. They put it on frame. They put the ball in the back of the net. So really limiting the amount of players that are going to be in that attacking zone. And then do not give the ball away in your own half. Marian will take advantage of those counterattacks. And then score. You have 3 goals out of 32 shots on goal this season. Take advantage of the opportunities around the 18. You're creating those opportunities and just put the ball in the back of the net. It sounds easier said than done, Rick, but really when you're creating that many opportunities, it's frustrating, especially for a team like that is creating so many opportunities, not to be able to see the ball go in the net. So really just taking advantage of more opportunities.
And just 2 goal scorers on the entire year for Governor State. Tom Clinert, the graduate student from Germany who will come off the bench today, and Alex Burkhardt, the freshman from Austria who wears 21 out there for the Jags. Homecoming of sorts today for 17 in black, Tyler Dywert, 6-foot sophomore from Westfield, Indiana, about 25, 30 minutes from where we currently sit, but a very international roster flavor for both sides, but particularly on the side for Governor State.
Yeah, a lot of international players, and really you love to see that. And it's not just here; it's everywhere in college soccer. Division I, Division II, NAIA, the international feel of soccer. I love to see it. I played internationally as well, and being able to come over to the States is exciting for these guys.
Rochelle on the free kick sails out of bounds. Closest in there was Sam Viehaus, who's tied for the team lead for the Knights with 4 goals apiece. He's a sophomore out of Germany. Goalkeeper today for Governor State, Mark Habetler, 6'1", freshman out of Austria, has given up 3 goals on the year. He's now started and appeared in the last 3 straight matches after it was Mateus Gallego who started in the first 2 outings for Governor State. So the Jaguars trying to settle in on their starting keeper here in 2025. Governor State to the end line, and that's another man to keep your eyes on. The 6'7" junior forward out of Africa, Jaffery Agbuko. 6'7", has only taken 2 shots on the year, but that is a big target for Governor State to try to find in the middle of the box.
Yeah, that's a massive target to find in the middle of the box. And if you can find a player like that in the box, you're going to get more opportunities in front of the net. He's got speed, he's got height, obviously. He's got body strength. Feed him.
Governor State trying to press it forward. That was Dywert who's on the initial touch, but the Knights come out of the scrum with it and start pressing it forward up that far side.
Well, early on here, Rick, we are seeing what Marian can do on that counterattack. They get the ball in space. They push the ball forward. The attacking side, very quick to push outside using those flanks.
Nunez jostling for position. Out off of the Jaguars. It'll be a Governor State, or it's going to be a Marian throw-in with Kalkuli. Ali Kalkuli out of Australia trying to get to the end line. And that ball just took 1 extra revolution, preventing him from getting to that end line in time. But it looks like we might have a corner kick here for Marian, or a foul will give them the free kick just outside of the corner. It looks like it will be a foul here against Governor State. So a nice set-piece opportunity a couple yards in front of the end line.
Yeah, and really a better angle, too, outside of a corner kick. Taking it from there, a good angle to feed the ball into the box.
Joao Rocha curls it in just a little bit over the head of his intended target. Trying to find Yaro Koroblev inside the box, the freshman out of Ukraine.
Yeah, it was a great ball in. Unfortunately, just too high for the attacking players in the box, but it was a great ball in, right spot, just too high.
About 7 minutes in, both teams still trying to feel each other out a little bit, but it seems like Marian in the last couple of moments is maybe starting to find their footing in that final attacking third of the field.
Yeah, the first couple of minutes, it was Governor State that was really owning the possession. I think Marian was really trying to feel them out defensively, see what they were going to do on the attacking side.
Abraham Jaimes able to block that clearance down, senior out of Venezuela.
Great touch.
And Marian, again, working up that left side of the field. It's been their predominant path to try to get to the goal on the other end of the field here in the first 7 minutes and change. Blocked out of bounds by Marian, and Governor State with a throw in here as they still look for their first shot here the afternoon.
When we go back to the possession aspect, Rick, it's, like I said, Governor State kind of controlled the first couple minutes. Marian really kind of dominating the most recent segment of the match, if you will. Really just putting some crisp passes together, playing with pace and confidence on the ball, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Jenkins.
Serve to the middle. Nunez. He's been a dynamic scorer this year for Marian here in his junior year out of Brazil. Good first step for the Knights. Left-footed service sails over the top of the goal. It was Ali Kalkuli once again trying to get a dangerous opportunity from long range.
I like Ali's optimism there. Unfortunately, I don't know if that was a service or a shot, but either way, unfortunately couldn't get over the top of the ball and sailed it over the crossbar.
Still looking for our first shot from either side, but the field's starting to get tilted a little bit in Marian's favor here in the last couple of moments.
Well, Rick, and really in catching up with Coach Jenkins, I asked him, after your loss on Wednesday night, did you make any tactical changes, anything like that? And he said, no tactical changes. Really, everything we need for a victory today is entirely down to mentality and our guys being able to bounce back from our first loss of the season. I think we're seeing that already just based off possession. They're playing with pace. I've said it multiple times. They're playing with confidence on the ball. They're making crisp passes, and they're getting opportunities. So, really, for the Knights, this is exactly what you want to see.
Cal Cooley again trying to work that left side of the pitch here for Marian. Just got cut off right before he could get towards the penalty area. You mentioned that loss on Wednesday. It was a really weird game. It got delayed by an hour because of weather. They had a lightning delay before the second half even started, so it was a real choppy game just from a flow standpoint.
Yeah, it's hard to get into a groove.
Yeah, and so you're on the road. You're not used to the surroundings, so a little bit tougher than you look at, a 2-1 final. Olivet Nazarene, scored first. Marian able to tie it on the V-House tally, but I think that weather might have played a bigger factor than people kind of go, okay, you got delayed for a little bit, but you get ramped up to play, and you have to kind of work back with your normal pre-match warm-up, but then you have another warm-up before the second half, then that one gets delayed, and then you're kind of just sitting there kind of playing the waiting game for who knows how long.
Yeah, well, when you're sitting there waiting for these things to pass, I mean, we kind of saw it in the NFL game last night, or Thursday night with the weather delay, just hard to get back into a groove. The flow of the game, the communication on the field, the elements, the way the pitch is actually playing, the speed of the ball, that kind of thing, it all comes into play. And then when you're on the road, it's a whole mess of things.
Free kick from Rocha, deflected out from the top of the box. Burkhart tried to pounce on it quickly for Governor State. But a good job by Koroblev to come back, and then he gets taken down with an aggressive tackle from Governor State. But Yarrow covered a lot of ground issues and came back, was able to hold that ball in the attacking end here for Marian.
That was a great little touch to himself, and then goes to tap it away and then just gets knocked out, unfortunately. But great little tap to himself. Give and go to himself. That was fantastic.
He made that Josh Wessling, the junior from Cathedral High School here in Indiana. And that long free kick tracked by Habetler.
I like the idea. He saw the keeper off his line, tried to play it long.
Long ball from Schlesinger. Wanted Jaimez. And then last touch by Marian, so it's going to stick here with Governor State. Jaguars 1-3 on the year. They've lost 3 in a row after being victorious in their first match out. Remember, they were both the regular season and tournament champs in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference a year ago. But as Brant mentioned, just 3 goals for the first 4 matches, trying to ramp up that goal-scoring output. They've also been outshot 60-32 coming into today's contest.
Well, when you have so many seniors on the squad and graduating seniors and players moving on, whether that's graduating or moving on to other places, really refilling that cup is not the easiest thing to do, replacing that many players.
Wessling and a teammate in the same piece of real estate. Dangerous ball from the Knights as they looked across from right near the goalie box out front, and our first corner kick here of the afternoon.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there by the Knights inside the box, but great recovery to get it along the touchline and try to get across in, but now a corner.
Joao Rocha has been credited with organizing the midfield by his head coach Jenkins, and bounced in and just off the far side post, and the second attempt goes wide as well as the Knights tried to cash in almost a quarter hour into this opening half.
Yeah, it was a great ball in, beautiful corner, great ball placement. Gets up for the header just off the post. The post is the goalie's best friend, Rick. Always has been, always will be.
Sam Viehaus, sophomore from Germany, got both the initial touch and then tried to get the ricochet as well, as Governor State with a quick counter coming to the other end. Deepest they've been in their attacking end with Schlesinger carrying it forward, and then he gets whistled for the foul, trying to come back and pick the pocket of the Marian defender.
Yeah, and again, Governor State, we just saw exactly what they can do on a counter. They have that speed up top to push the pace. They did a great job, a great recovery by the Marian Knights to get the ball back out of the box.
We have a Knights player that's slow to get back to his feet. That's Gerald Ramirez out of Venezuela. As they've stopped the first half clock. As Jesus Sanchez, junior out of Spain, enters the match. It's our first sub here of the afternoon as they're going to help off Ramirez a little bit. Good to see him get back to his feet, but is limping just a little bit there, as you see on your screen, holding the back of that left thigh. Free kick for Marian. We played about 15, almost 14 minutes here in this first half, and Marian had our first real good scoring chance of the afternoon, trying to get a second one here. Laying it back as Sanchez comes in. Sends it in, headed into the air. A dangerous one that Hobetler able to make the basket catch. So he had a Marian Knight right there waiting in his lap. It looked to be Nunez.
Yeah, goalkeeper did a fantastic job, but unfortunately he should have. What he should have done is gone out for it a little bit quicker. I don't think he saw Marian on the attack there coming at him.
Borombos off to the keeper, Hobetler, who's been tested a couple of times here recently. First on the header from V-House. They had to fight the sun, and Nunez, who was right there off his hip. Ball takes a Marian bounce as Nunez looks to streak up that left side. Marked by Sabai. Nunez runs through a hug, and then he loses his footing, and this will be a yellow card against Zaid Sabai.
Yeah, the referee instantly reached for his pocket to pull the card.
It looked like Nunez was going to be able to break free there initially, then eventually lost his footing. Is that one of those where if you're sitting on the sidelines, you kind of want him to go down, knowing that you got to, at the very worst, you're going to get at least a free kick out of it, if not like we get here with the yellow card?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought he would go down sooner, but he did a great job getting a little bit closer to the goal just outside the box. So great job there drawing the foul. As soon as you get that contact, really, especially that heavy contact, you try to play through as much as possible, right? But once you start to get knocked to the ground, you should go down a little quicker.
Free kick, Rocha, deflected and stopped right on the line by Hobetler. Second time he's able to turn one away from the Knights off of a set piece. This time it was from Nunez.
Yeah, and Hobetler did a fantastic job getting down on the ground for that one, really diving to get low for that save. Here's the replay of it. Great ball in. Gets a touch, and Hobetler has to quickly change direction on where his body was going, so he did a fantastic job to get low on that one to make the save. Second set piece that he's had to make a save on. Granted, the goal made a save on the first one, but really, Hobetler very active so far here in the first half.
And for Nunez, you could see the frustration there,
yeah,
knowing that he had to kind of kick. He probably wanted to get him more with his left foot, and he got more of his right heel with it, so he didn't get enough juice on it.
Yep.
But you could kind of see, oh, man, that was built up perfectly for me.
The touch was there.
Yeah.
He didn't realize how much he actually had to put on it because Hobetler was going one direction, and he tried to tap it to his left, and unfortunately just could not get enough pace on the ball. Great opportunities for Marian so far here in this first half.
Sanchez with a throw, deflected towards Nunez. Westling quickly pounces and he keeps it going here for the Knights.
Love this pressure from Marian here.
Nunez trying to find the cross, collides with Hobetler, and that'll be a foul against Nunez as we have 3 different players down after that hard collision right in front of the goal.
Yeah, easy call there for the referee to stop play once the goalkeeper is involved in a collision, especially when multiple players are holding their heads, really. That's exactly when you want to stop the game.
It looks like a yellow card is going to be issued to Nunez, along with Hobetler, the keeper for Governor State, who's still waiting to get back to his feet. Also, Jose Antonio was involved in that play as well.
Yeah, I don't see where the yellow card comes from there. It's just 3 players going for the ball. I understand the goalie was involved. Yes, heads were involved, but I don't understand the yellow card here.
So Mark Hobetler, freshman from Austria, the keeper for Governor State, being looked at here by the sports medicine staff. And like Brant mentioned, you didn't really see any head-to-head contact in there, but it looked like Bettler might have had an arm get tangled up or something when he was coming down to the ground. Let's get another look at the replay. You see them taking a look at the side of the freshman from Austria.
Yeah, I couldn't tell in that last replay if Nunez had his elbow up and maybe he caught Bettler with an elbow, anything like that. I didn't see anything too aggressive with it, so that's why I'm confused personally, Rick, on the yellow card, but obviously the referee has his reasons. But yeah, it's good to see two of the three players get up. Hopefully Bettler's okay. Here's a great angle here from our crew at IC Sports Network. Looks like there may have been an elbow. I don't know if that elbow came from Nunez, though.
You can see I'm looking at Bettler's left arm, and it kind of got caught behind him a little bit as he landed, so I'm wondering if that's what they're taking a look at, as Governor State has signaled to Mateus Gallego, senior out of Argentina, who started the first two matches in goal for the Jaguars, start getting warm. So it looks like Bettler's afternoon will come to a close.
Yeah, here's another angle from that. Man, it's just so hard to tell exactly what happened to Bettler. He definitely goes down. His arm kind of flops funny as he goes down.
Kind of landed on a little bit,
funny. Yeah.
The good news, he's rolled back to his feet, but he is holding that left arm. So that looks what looks to be the issue here for Mark Bettler.
Yeah, after watching that replay, Rick, and the way he's holding his arm, his left arm really
took the brunt of that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Both got hit from Nunez, and then that's kind of where all of his weight landed on it. So in a situation like this, you have to get your backup keeper warmed up and ready to go. You've only played, just a little over a quarter hour of the match. The good news for Governor State is that we mentioned it's a guy in Gallego who has played in 2 matches to start the year. But what is this scenario like for Governor State, having to have him come in fresh off the bench, unlike in baseball or softball where you would get a relief pitcher, they get warm-up pitches. Gallego's stretching on the run here before he gets ready for this goal kick.
Yeah, and this is where, obviously, you hope the goalkeeper's okay. Bettler, you hope he's okay with that injury. But really, when it comes to the new keeper coming in, you're hoping that your defensive backfield is going to be helping you out quite a bit, especially to start, right? Your communication is going to be massive between those two lines, the midfield line, the defensive line, making sure that you're pushing as many Marian players out as possible. But to give you a chance to get warmed up a little bit. I can't hear what's going on down here on the sideline.
Looks like a couple of the coaches down below us have exchanging some words a little bit, and our lead official has stepped in to try to have cooler heads prevail. 2 subs are waiting to come in for Governor State. And the conversation between a couple of the coaches continues down below us. Marian's bench on the left of your shot there, Governor State on the right. So those 2 Jaguar subs will be allowed to come in, and Julian Agner, number 6, and Matea Matzo, number 10. Governor State still in search of that elusive first shot of the afternoon, and now have to do so here with their backup keeper stepping in with just about 29 minutes left to play here in our opening half. If you're just joining us, Marian has had the better chances here as of late. Big collision out in front of the Governor State goal has knocked their starting keeper, Mark Bettler, out of the match. And the backup, Mateus Gallego, who started the first 2 matches of the year for Governor State, including their lone win, is now in between the pipes here for Governor State.
Right, and like you said, if you're Governor State, you're happy that Gallego has that experience. You hate to see your starting keeper go down, but
Sanchez, beautiful ball, and then Gallego was right there on the spot to smother it up as he took a rocket to the midsection from V-House. Yo!
Beautiful ball in, gets a great shot here off the deflection, and Gallego, perfect placement. What a save. And, man, that ball came in like a rocket to the midsection. My goodness.
Well, I guess that's one way to get warmed up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If he wasn't awake, he's awake now. My goodness.
So that is 3 straight great scoring opportunities for Marian, and the post and both keepers, Bettler and now Gallego, have turned them away. Wessling knocks it down.
And if you're Marian here, yes, you've had the opportunities, but you can't get frustrated. You have to keep a level head and keep building these opportunities.
Same play as before. Sanchez laid it just a little bit off target from Roshaw, but Governor State kicks it out of play, so Marian will keep possession with a throw in here deep in the attacking third.
And this is exactly how you wear down that back line. Just constant build up. Great possession, these quick passes.
Roshaw across. Little skip in, and Gallagher able to snap it before anyone from Marian could redirect.
Good communication there by Gallagher and his defenders, making sure he's calling out for the ball.
You mentioned the importance of the defenders helping out Gallagher coming in here off the bench. Does it help them knowing that he did play 2 90-minute matches to start the year off instead of having to kind of learn on the fly of keeper communication to the defenders and things like that?
Right, it definitely helps, especially chemistry-wise. They've played 2 full matches together. They have that cohesiveness, that chemistry already, so that definitely helps out quite a bit when you're coming off the bench fresh from an injury.
Another sub will enter the match here for Governor State. It'll be Lexani Gaines out of Calumet City, Illinois. Jaguars have played a lot of defense here so far in this first half.
For the Jaguars, it'll be number 15, Leslie Gaines, or number 21, Alex Burkhart.
First time the Jaguars have had the ball on this side of midfield in some time. Matzo discarded down to the turf. But the Jags keep the possession here. Still looking for that first shot after Marian's ripped off 3 straight great scoring opportunities. And a foul just outside of the box will give Governor State a pretty good set-piece opportunity right here.
Yeah, great build-up here from the Jaguars. Quick passing, a great switch here to our side here, Rick, and really beautiful ball into the middle. Feet get tangled, and then a shove there at the end.
Abraham Jaimes, number 22 in black, was the one that drew the foul. And there's a whole host of Jags sending over this ball, so we'll see which man for Governor State wants to take it. Matzo, Gallardo, and one other GSU player right there on top.
Well, like we said earlier, Rick, is that the Jaguars have had a couple opportunities so far in the match. They haven't really had anything on target yet, but this is their best opportunity by far.
Everyone else is backed away except the Italian Matzo from Rome. Mateo Garcia Galan, the keeper for Marian. And this one skied high by Matzo. And so Governor State gets a pretty good scoring opportunity, or at least to try to test out the Marian defense, but unable to cash in there.
And I love the quick play here from Marian. Great speed down the sideline here.
Knights flying forward. They've had 3 straight great scoring opportunities. The 4th one out in front, tapped twice. And that Governor State back line again bows up and keeps the ball out of their own net.
Yeah, Marian came flying down the field. They get the ball across into the middle of the box. And the Governor State defenders just right there at the right time.
Wessling serves it in just over the head of Nunez. Tracked down on the end line. Nice footwork there by Marian inside the box. But they're going to call a foul against the Knights, even though it's the Marian player that seems to be in the more pain right now. The Governor State player down at the bottom of your screen is Jose Antonio. We can't see the number of the injured Marian player. It'll be number 10, Donovan Doolittle. They've stopped the clock, and the sports medicine staff is making their way onto the field. A hard play there on the end line is it was Doolittle who's trying to keep that ball in play and try to get another scoring chance for Marian.
Yeah, he recovered nicely, got the ball back into the box. I don't know if he had extended his leg and they considered that a heavy tackle on his part. But yeah, I mean, it was clearly a collision in the box. called the other way. So I'm just trying to figure out exactly how that was going the other way.
And when the whistle blew and you saw Doolittle go down, everybody on that Marian sideline were thinking they were going to get the penalty kick opportunity, as you see Doolittle having to be helped off the field, and the message sent back to Marian. They're going to have to get a sub in for Doolittle.
Yeah, here's a great replay here by our ISC Sports Network crew. Yeah, he extended his leg as the Jaguars defender was going to clear the ball. Just took a hard shot as he extended. Yeah, unfortunate to see Doolittle have to come out.
On for the Jaguars, it'll be number 19, Tom Clement.
Tom Clinard out of Germany enters for Governor State, and on to replace Doolittle
For your Knights,
for Marian
number 27.
is number 27, Rafael Zambrano. He's a redshirt freshman out of Venezuela who's been very active offensively for Marian in a reserve role. He started the last 5 matches coming off the bench today, but Brand, he's got 2 goals and 3 assists, one of the top point men for Marian this year.
Yeah, you love to see that with the guy coming off the bench, especially in a match like this today, where things are very high-paced, high energy. Zambrano with 2 goals, 3 assists. That's a great start to the season. So yeah, you see Doolittle come out, but you replace him with another great playmaker.
Knights looking to build from the back. They have done a really nice job here of working up that left side as they get a little bit too heavy of a touch as it rolls out, and Governor State will now have to try to build forward from the defensive end.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to broadcast multiple soccer teams, and really one thing the Marian Knights do they do several great things, right? But one of the things that they do so well is building from the back, using the flanks, spreading the ball wide so they can create those opportunities in the middle of the field and draw defenders wide to create that space. And here we go again down the sideline for the Knights.
Zambrano, fresh off the bench, takes a couple extra dribbles. His cross sails behind the goal, and that'll be a goal kick for Governor State. But you mentioned building on the flanks for Marian. They've also got speed out there. We saw it happen earlier. You blink, and they'll go 20 or 30 yards in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and it's really hard for defenders to catch up to that, too, because if you're a defender and you're just like, oh, I'll protect the ball, they'll blow right past you before you can even blink your eyes. So, really, it's exciting to watch Marian build up from the sides.
Agboku was the intended man for Governor State, the 6'7" junior from Africa, having to play well out near midfield. Probably want to see Governor State try to work it more to him in more of a crossing situation instead of having to try to have him dribble and create. He's more of their finishing type with that type of size.
Yeah, with that size. And really it's been frustrating for Governor State as well. They haven't been able to feed it into him as much as they would hope because the Marian defense has done a fantastic job of shutting him down really to start the match here.
Jaimez, the forward, has his jersey tugged and then gets taken down just inside midfield. He's more of listed as a forward. Is that playing more in the back? Do you think that might be because with the goalie switch, because of the injury to Bettler and him being a senior, maybe he can do a little bit more than just play up top?
Yeah, do a little bit more than play up top. It's the communication. It's just really helping out where he can with that leadership role.
So a foul against Marian sets up a long free kick for Zaid Sabai and Governor State. One at Agboku. And then another collision here once again. We've had a very physical 25 minutes of first half soccer here from Ascension St. Vincent Field.
Well, and that was a great opportunity there to feed Agboku right there in the box, and unfortunately could not get it to him. Again, the Marian defense doing a great job of blocking him out. We've got a yellow card here for Governor State.
Yeah, on Abraham Jaimes, you can see him collide right into the back of his Marian counterpart. Got a handful of yellow cards between both teams here in this first 25 minutes. And after that quick 5, 6, 7 minute flurries, you see the foul called against V-House for shoving off. It's been a real kind of grinded out, very physical match after that quick 3 or 4 scoring opportunities for Marian.
Yeah, it's been a little chippy here recently, Rick, and really these guys just need to play on. I don't understand why it's so chippy right now. Let's just get the ball and play on.
Our lead official comes over and helps Jose Antonio to his feet. Maybe he heard your wishes of trying to get this thing going a little bit faster, get a little more flow. Yeah.
Get the ball moving, fellas. Let's go. Great steal there.
Here come the Knights once again on the counter, trying to use their speed on the flanks, but or as I say that, Sanchez wants to stomp on the brakes. Rocha falling back. His pass intercepted by Gallardo. Gallardo, the junior out of Ecuador. Still no shots for Governor State as they work it on the right flank. Matzo thought about a cross, but it was booted away from him right before he could send it across on the end line.
And Rick, you and I had the luxury of having such a great vantage point here up in the press box watching this match. But like for both teams, it's so fun to watch. They both do a fantastic job of when the ball switches, they all switch together. When they shift together in unison. Really, it's so fun to watch, especially from this vantage point.
Into the box for GSU, and that first shot will have to wait a little bit longer as Marian able to clear it out of the box. When you hear coaches talk about keeping your shape, that aspect you just mentioned, that's what they're talking about.
Yep,
That's what when you hear someone refer to keeping our shape, that's what they're talking about.
Great opportunity here for the Knights.
Here comes Nunez, some open field in front of him, and a big collision as Jaimes comes back. That ball stopped on a dime, able to run through one tackle with Sanchez, and then it was kicked away by GSU. But Sanchez and Rocha, along with Nunez, putting a lot of pressure with their speed here against Governor State.
Yeah, I thought that was a good no call there by the referee. Let advantage go.
Rocha crosses. There was V-House, but turned a little bit too much and played it wide.
Another great ball from the side into the middle of the box. Just turned away from goal. Another solid opportunity for the Knights there.
Jaimes surveys. There's Agboku, the big 6'7" junior forward. The smaller Sanchez comes in, picks his pocket, and then draws the foul on Agboku. It looks like they're warning Agboku about kind of swinging his arms and using his elbows maybe a little bit too much. A little too much elbows out there.
Yeah, we saw in that last play. And that's unfortunately, that's what happens when you have the size that he does. Really, when you're on the ball, kind of trying to create space for yourself, you've got that longer wingspan. You can't fling your arms as much as he would like to.
If you're a defender, and most defenders will be many inches shorter than him, do you just go in there and try just to kind of hang around him like a gnat would and maybe try to get clipped by an elbow, knowing that, hey, I can use my shorter height to my advantage, knowing that his elbows are going to be, closer to my shoulders?
Yeah, you hope that
you obviously don't want to take one in the head, but I think that's where you're going.
But yeah, absolutely. You want to do everything that you possibly can to contain, especially, big collision here.
Antonio came in with the boot up. Yeah, it's been a physical first half here so far.
Yep, good to see Ali get up.
Yeah, Ali Kalkuli out of Australia, back to his feet. Service in from the Knights. Headed on, punched away once again, still loose. Trying to flick it down. Another big-time save. That's two huge saves from Gallego. The second one came below his knees.
Yeah, another set-piece opportunity. They build it up from the side. Beautiful ball into the box. Not one, but two great scoring chances there for the Knights. And, man, what saves. What saves for Gallego.
Jesus Sanchez had one of those attempts. Cross loops all the way to the opposite side of the field for Westling. Here's Sanchez once again looking to create.
Yeah, really three great, tough saves for Gallego.
Lopez was forward for a moment. And too much on the tackle attempt there for Marian, and the foul goes against the Knights, and a quick restart here for Governor State. Matzo got away from the first defender, then splits the second. As he carries towards the middle. Finds Gaines leaning back, sends it on, and there's the first test of the day, and answering the call, Mateo Garcia Galan.
Yeah, Galan did a great job coming off his line there. Great buildup from Governor State, feeding the ball into the middle. Couple passes.
Nunez between the defender's legs. Forward here to Zambrano, back to the middle, touchdown, and V-House turned away again by Gallego. Brand, he came off the bench, was initially tested with a rocket from V-House, and he's turned away 3 or 4 more shots here in the last handful of minutes.
Yeah, I believe it's 4, Rick, and really those have not been easy saves. And if you're Marian, yeah, if you're a striker from Marian right now, like I would be absolutely out of my mind because, oh, what a beautiful pass between the wickets here to feed down the sideline, and just unfortunate. Can't get enough on it. Gallego swallows it up. Man, great goalkeeping here in the first half from Governor State.
Has not played in the last 2 matches. Remember, he started the first 2 of the year, got the only win for Governor State this year. Had to come out after Habetler injured his arm. He's not even sitting on the bench right now for Governor State. And Marian has thrown everything at Matthias Gallego here in this first half, and he has turned him away every time.
Yeah, if you're Coach Eggert right now, man, you are absolutely loving what you're seeing from your quote-unquote backup goalkeeper, considering he started the first 2 matches of the season. You're loving what you're seeing right now, especially, unfortunately, if your starting keeper is out. Habetler, if he's out, you hate to see it, but you have a great reserve here.
We talked about the scoring deficiency for Governor State, but having to see those really quick scoring opportunities come in, but seeing the play of Gallego, what does that have to do for the rest of the team's confidence, knowing, hey, this guy came off the bench ice cold, and he's been able to keep us in this one, keep it scoreless. What does that do for the rest of the team trying to build up and try to get that elusive first shot or 2?
Well, it lets you know, hey, we can send a few more guys forward to create a few more opportunities for us in front of the Marian goal.
Matzo taken down. Free kick here for Governor State.
Yeah, good call on the tackle there. But, yeah, really, for Governor State, you have that type of goalkeeping in the back. Look at how many players are pushing forward here, Rick. The only player back is Gallego, the keeper. So they're sending as many people forward to create some opportunities in the box. Now, really, it's can they get back to help out Gallego if it goes awry back here?
Right.
But, yeah, it's interesting to see here.
Jaimez, nobody home. And so a goal kick upcoming here for Garcia Galan.
Yeah, it looks like Marian's trying to say push out quickly.
We talked about the confidence building for Governor State. For Marian, you have to now try to work to keep your confidence up because you've gotten these beautiful scoring chances. You've done literally everything except score.
Yeah.
You have to now try to work harder, I think, to keep your confidence up, to keep that attacking mindset.
Yeah, and you absolutely have to, one, continue playing with confidence. You're building beautifully, not only using your flanks, but your middle third play as well. But really, if you're not putting the ball in the back of the net, you know that you are creating those opportunities. Keep building, keep pushing, keep the foot on the gas. They will come. The goals will come. You've proven it all season long already, so you know how to score. You just haven't been able to yet today.
Knights have outscored their opponents 15-5 coming in. They want to find Justin Kopp, left side of the box, just poked away before you get that last pass. Quick counter for Governor State, stopped for the time being.
Yeah, and that was a great run there by Marian, and we have the luxury of being up here. We can see the football lines nicely, so if there are any offsides, we can see it pretty clearly. So he made a great run and stayed onside there.
Oscar Lopez, junior out of Chicago, enters for Governor State.
On for the Jaguars, number 13, Oscar Lopez.
So we dip below 11 minutes to go here in the first half. 0-0 between Governor State and number 16, Marian. The Knights looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season and winning their first 4 matches of the campaign, as another yellow card has been issued here on the Marian side.
Yeah, another hard tackle just came in, just swinging his leg, unfortunately.
Looks like we're going against Matthew Liu, the junior out of Germany. On the yellow there by Marian.
And if you're Marian, you've done a great job defensively. You cannot lose that defensive strength here, even though Governor State has created some opportunities here recently.
Gallardo with the free kick into the box. And again, nobody in the Governor State black and orange there to try to redirect. Pretty good looking free kick, just nobody home.
Yeah, Mateo did a good job of calling his defenders off to say, hey, it's going out. Let's let it go. Let's reset.
House comes all the way back across midfield. He's had multiple dangerous opportunities here so far in the first half. And a collision at midfield with a foul going against Marian.
Yeah, and another hard collision here between the Knights and the Jaguars. My goodness.
As Matzo slow to get back to his feet, and they've stopped the clock as Matzo has legs taken out from underneath of him.
Yeah, easy call on the foul by Marian.
So they go against Antonio Pratas.
Yeah, a little late on the tackle.
.45 left to go here in our opening half between Marian and Governor State, and the Jaguars have been hanging around thanks to big-time saves by backup keeper Matthias Gallego after the starter Mark Habetler got hurt about 20 minutes into this match or so.
Yeah, and Habetler had a few great saves too before his unfortunate injury, Rick.
Knights dump it in. Kopp, the only one there for Marian, looking for some help on the sideline. And a throw in here for Sanchez, who's been able to create some of those scoring chances for the Knights coming off the bench. Kopp back to Sanchez. Nice give and go with Sanchez on the end line. Crosses towards the back of the box over Vihouse's head. Vihous turns, lifts, and wide. But is deflected out by Governor State on the way there. And with 9 minutes and change remaining here in the first half, we get our second corner of the afternoon for Marian.
And again, here come the Knights building down these sidelines, even on the throw-ins, keeping the ball wide so they can create those opportunities inside the box, feeding these beautiful passes across the middle of the box, Rick. One has to go in, you would think.
You'd think. Law of averages. Zambrano, left-footed in-swinger, headed, and Gallego punches another one away. How many spectacular saves will Gallego make this afternoon?
Gallego punches it away off another great feed inside the box by the Marian Knights.
Just a beautiful header on the backside there for Marian by Koroblev. And if you're Marian, you guys be thinking, what do we have to do to beat this guy?
He's like a magnet. If you're Gallego, you're absolutely putting a highlight reel together for yourself today. I mean, this is incredible goalkeeping.
He stretched a little bit, kicked his legs out, and then about 2 minutes later, he took that rocket from Vihous right to the gut, and that kind of woke him up, almost like it was kind of like
we're in it.
Yeah, it was like your normal warm-up, just in one swift soccer ball kick to the stomach.
That doesn't wake you up, Rick. I don't know what will.
Well, it's either going to wake you up or it's going to send you out, one of the two. And
oh, here we go. Breakaway here for Governor State.
The Jags lift and sending it high and wide. Klinert.
Yeah, great counterattack build-up there by Governor State. Gets it onto his right foot. Had to hit it from distance, though, because the great closing speed there by the Marian defenders.
Klinert trying to break the ice here. Get Governor State on the board. Remember, they've scored just 3 goals in their first 4 matches of the campaign. Knights to the defensive end. Long pass forward.
He's on.
And onside, and here come the Knights. From the left flank to the back side. Kopp was about a step or two late, and now Marian has to regroup. Headed away by the Governor State defense. But really nice job there by the Knights, just a little bit off on that cross from the left flank back to the near side. Back again to the left flank. Knights looking to create.
And again, the Knights also doing a great job on these counterattacks. Beautiful ball staying on side. Down the far sideline, just put a little too much on the cross to Kopp, who was in the middle of the box, put it too far in front of him, couldn't get a foot on it, and Marian had to regroup, but stole the ball nicely to get it back.
Cal Cooley was the one trying to set that one up from the far side of the field. Matzo wins it back for Governor State, got some room and dumps it off to Jaimez. Jaimez with Kopp on his back, pushing forward to Clinert. Cross is deflected and off of a Marian player, potentially in a diving stop by Garcia Galan to keep this thing scoreless.
Yeah, it was a great shot there for Governor State. Look at this buildup right here. Gets it on the left foot, and it's deflected by a Marian player.
Yeah, Koroblev got the boot on it. That was almost dangerous.
Yep. And then very heads-up play there by Galan. Oh, beautiful ball. Get there.
V-House, a step, goes diving back to Kopp. Open goal and kicked away by the Governor State backline man, Zaid Sabayi. Everybody for Governor State's making saves this afternoon.
Yeah, just a fantastic heads-up play. The awareness. Kopp, beautiful ball, keeps it low, and just a great heads-up play defensively to knock it off the goal line. You're right. You're absolutely right, Rick. Everybody on Governor State doing their part to keep the ball out of the net today. My goodness.
Zambrano at the corner. Flick to the backside of the box, but out of bounds it goes. And
again, it's one of those things, Rick. If you're on the Marian Knights, you're thinking, what in the world do we have to do to put the ball in the net?
They've got they've got the regular. It's not like a lacrosse school, which is incredibly small. I mean, they are putting wonderful opportunities there, but it seems an arm, a leg, or sometimes a stomach, if for a Governor State player, is right there every time the ball goes anywhere near the goal.
Apparently for the Marian Knights today, that goal is the size of a hockey goal today because they just unfortunately cannot punch the ball in the back of the net. Governor State just all over that goal line.
If you're third-year Marian head coach James Jenkins, your message has got to be to keep attacking and not hang your head, right?
Absolutely.
When you're thinking, you can almost start thinking, oh, no, here we go again. That's good hustle from Garcia Galan to save that one from being a corner kick for Governor State.
Yeah, his message to this team, to this Marian team is keep the foot on the gas, keep playing with confidence, keep building, keep playing our game, keep playing the way we play because it's working. The goals will come. We just can't help that their defenders and their goalkeeping has been phenomenal today. Another great build-up here.
Sanchez sprinting forward. V-House calling forward in the middle. Two defenders there cut off Sanchez, and with 3 minutes remaining in the first half, another corner upcoming here for Marian. Zambrano will take another one with that dominant left foot.
Corner kick for the Knights by number 20.
Short one played. Zambrano gets it back. Boots it curling left foot, headed away by Jose Antonio. Knights able to hold it in, and now here comes the Jaguars of Governor State trying to get that build up with the counter quickly, but it was slowed down by Marian.
Yeah, good job by the Knights to get back on defense to stop that counterattack.
Naselli heads that one away from V-House. Agner with the ball at his feet for Governor State. It took a while for the Jaguars to get their first shots of the afternoon, but they've ramped them up here in the most recent going of it, but less than 2 to go in the first half. Is the majority of our match brand's been pretty physical. The last has been pretty flowy and pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it's been very fun to watch. Both teams really, it's been very back and forth, but really Governor State right now, the Jaguars of Governor State are really starting to piece it together. They're doing a great job in the first half of this first half. They were really, their play was a little questionable. They were getting some counterattack opportunities, but now they're really starting to piece some really good possession together.
85 seconds remaining before halftime. Marian boots that one away. V-House trying to use his size, but used it too much that time, and the sophomore from Germany gets whistled for the foul, and we'll see what Governor State has for the last minute.
Yeah, it's easy for a referee to see that because, one, his size, but two, it's like a – oh, here we go.
Jaimez looking to cross, deflected. Sanchez saying it went off of Jaimez, and that's what happened.
Yeah, but really, using his size in the middle of the field, it's like a basketball analogy, the over the back, utilizing that position. It's easy for that referee to call that.
Goal kick for the Knights with 40 ticks of the clock left. Here in a physical opening half has seen Marian create countless scoring opportunities, but we remain scoreless. Knocked down Matzo with 25 seconds left, chased down from behind. That slows his progression. And two different Marian players down. Governor State foul with 15 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we've got players, knocking knees, and then we've got players getting shoved in the back and players flying everywhere, Rick. If you've tuned in for some good soccer, you're getting absolutely that today because this match has been absolutely entertaining from Marian University here in the first half.
So the clock stops with 12 seconds left. Prata stands over this one for number 16, Marian. They've won 4 of their first 5 matches, trying to bounce back from their first loss of the year Wednesday at Olivet Nazarene.
Yeah, with 12 seconds left here, Rick, you were absolutely going for goal here.
Prata serves it forward. And Marian unable to head that one towards the middle of the field. V-House has it bounce out with 4 seconds left. One last effort here for the Knights, and it will be headed away. An entertaining first half, 0-0 between number 16 Marian and Governor State here from Ascension St. Vincent Field in Indianapolis, Indiana. We'll take a step away, and we'll come back with our halftime show. You're watching college soccer here on the ISC Sports Network.
Merchants Bank is a unique bank. As rates move up and down, our rates are always at the top.
Great, great. Let's go.
Our team has a proven track record as one of the nation's top performing banks.
Now, that's a top performer.
What you see is what you get. A 4.60 APY Flex Index CD. It flexes, so you earn a great rate.
Let's leapfrog him. Hop to it. Merchants Bank, where your money is safe, secure, and earning more. Hop on over.
Steady, steady.
I got this.
I don't think that's right, Peyton.
Being a heart surgeon is tough.
I know, the whole cardiac team at Ascension St. Vincent is so skilled.
They can do it all, even the most complex heart surgeries.
How about we leave it to the professionals?
I like that.
Get expert care for hearts big and small at Ascension St. Vincent.
That doesn't go there.
We'll fix you, pal.
At Indiana Members Credit Union, we're invested in more than just your finances. We're invested in your future, the future of your family, the well-being of the community you live in, and in those who dream big. Until those dreams become a reality, any bank can give you a loan or open an account. At IMCU, we care about more than just dollars and cents. We care about doing things that make sense. And investing in you makes good sense to us.
When you have back or neck pain, you'll try anything for relief. Anything.
Whoa! Honey?
Honey, it was mustard seed.
For real options, get your back in front of the spine experts at Ortho Indy. Ortho Indy Spine. This is your way back.
Back here to Ascension St. Vincent Field, Rick Johnson, Brant McCoskey here with you. 0-0 between number 16 Marian and receiving votes Governor State. It was almost a knockdown, drag-out type of brawl early on. A lot of physical tackles, a lot of physical play the opening half, but a lot of great scoring opportunities for Marian. Still scoreless how we started. What were your thoughts in the first half?
The fact that we're still scoreless, Rick, is beyond me because both teams had incredible opportunities. The goalkeeping from Governor State, both Gallego and Habetler, obviously Habetler is out with the injury, but Gallego is just fantastic. He's done a fantastic job keeping the ball at the back of the net. But really, it's been competitive. It's been chippy at moments, but really just all around just a great match. Very entertaining if you're a soccer fan.
You talked about Mark Habetler getting hurt in that first half. Mateus Gallego, no slouch, as you mentioned. He started the first match of the season, first 2 matches of the season for Governor State. He came in and made 6 saves in about 20 minutes of action in that first half as Marian took 13 shots, 8 of them were on frame.
Yeah, and really, like you and I talked about before halftime, Rick, it's that message from Coach Jenkins to his Marian Knights is keep the pedal to the metal, foot on the gas, keep playing with confidence, keep playing with pace. They've done a great job of building up from the sides, utilizing that middle space, drawing those defenders, creating those opportunities in the box. They've sent in so many crosses, Rick, I can't even count. It's been phenomenal to watch, but really great play by Marian, great play by Governor State. Really, like I said earlier, they had great counterattacks, but now they're really starting to piece some good possession together.
They also got a save as well from Zaid Sabai for Governor State. So you had the 8 shots on goal, 7 stops by the 2 keepers, and then Sabai, the senior out of Wichita, Kansas, with a stop as well. For Governor State, they played so well defensively. We turn the focus to Marian. You've gotten plenty of scoring opportunities. You mentioned a baker's dozen worth of shots in the first half. Just have not been able to put one across the goal line. What do you have to do to get that elusive first goal here?
Yeah, that's the question. What do you have to do to put the ball in the back of the net? And it's really just keep pushing the pace and keep creating those opportunities. You've had them in the box. It's been one little touch here or there, Rick. One didn't have enough pace on it. One hit the bar. Little things like that. You kicked a couple right at the keeper with pace, but he was there. So really, it's keeping the ball low, keeping it to the corners where the keeper can't get it. I think both teams have great opportunities to score here in the second half, but really, it's just keep putting the ball in the right spot, keep being in the right spot to get those shots on goal.
We'll step aside, come back with some more stats and some first half highlights here from Ascension St. Vincent Field. 0-0 between number 16 Marian and Governor State. You're watching college soccer on the ISC Sports Network.
We jumped in immediately. We take a intro to engineering course.
And they sit there and tell you, we're not going to push you through every single prereq your first 2 years. We're going to let you get hands-on work with engineering right away because 2 years of a prereq, that's boring.
There's companies always asking for students with shop experience. And the dean will email me and say, hey, they're looking for a guy just like you, which is awesome that the dean knows who a guy like me is.
Getting an internship here has been much easier than I anticipated. My friends at bigger schools are telling me, well, I need to live, close to this city so I can work for this company. Well, I'm already close to the city. I live here.
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 5.74% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Caitlin, I'm here to show you all the best places in Indy, like the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital ER.
Great place to go for a fever, am I right?
Or a common cold. Get it? Like a common cold? Tough crowd.
Can I have an autograph?
Of course.
Caitlin, it kind of seems like you already know your way around.
A little, but my name's not in the hospital yet.
Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, a new and expanded ER to serve more of Indiana's kids.
Colt, like cold, that's the joke, right?
Still waiting? You could have been seen by an orthopedic specialist at Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Ortho Indy Urgent Care. Orthopedic care without the drama. Find a location near you.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work. It can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Back at Ascension St. Vincent Field, first of 2 soccer matches today here for the Marian Knights on the ISC Sports Network. The 6th-ranked undefeated Marian women's soccer team will take on Northwestern Ohio coming up at 3 o'clock to wrap up our double dip of soccer here from Marian today. First half highlights, again, no goals to speak of, but Brent, plenty of scoring opportunities for the home side in the Marian Knights. You see a couple scoring opportunities that started pretty early right here off the set pieces. That was the name of the game early.
Yeah, set pieces and corners and everything in between, really, for the Marian Knights. They had incredible opportunities, drawing fouls, putting themselves in position to score. But just you look back at this first half, Rick, and it's just the goalkeeping. It's the defenders doing a great job clearing the ball off the line in one moment. So really, it's just things will come together for Marian. We've seen it build up, but just great job all around defensively by Governor State.
You saw the injury there to the starting keeper, Habetler, then coming in, Mateus Gallego just starts making a bevy of saves. Those two in quick succession. Had that first one that rocketed off the belly. This is another big-time one that looked like it was going to be a V-house tally right there out front.
Like I said earlier, if he's looking to put a highlight reel together, today's the day to do it because
we might have just done it for him, actually.
Right, absolutely. Our great crew from the ISC Sports Network putting that together for him. Really, just great saves all around from Gallego. So really, if you, as we go into this second half, it's really continuing to push the pace for Marian. Continuing to create those opportunities and really, for Governor State, build through the counterattack. We saw several opportunities that way for them in the first half, and really they could get a good opportunity on the counter.
So that last save by the defender from Wichita, Kansas, Zaid Sabayi, able to kick that one away as both teams starting to trickle their way back out to the field to get preparations ready for the second half. A beautiful day of soccer here from Marian University. The Knights outshot Governor State 13-3 in the first half, including 8-1 in shots on goal. Each team whistled for 9 fouls in the first half, and each team was issued 2 yellow cards. Should be a fun second half coming up when we come back here on the ISC Sports Network.
This story is mad good.
Ice Spice?
Who's that?
It's my ex, lemon lime soda.
This is intense.
But I love you.
Aw, buddy, it'll be okay.
Or not.
To see the success that we've had around here has been very, very rewarding for me. My name is Steve Downing. I'm athletic director. We've been able to build buildings. We've been able to put up video boards. We've been able to build locker rooms, dining halls here. And I think a lot of that speaks to the M Club itself. You know, people are really excited about what we're doing here. We haven't had to sacrifice anything for our athletes, okay, in terms of clothing them, feeding them, or traveling into events, and we've done it in a first-class way, and I'm really excited about what that means for the M Club itself.
Hey, grab me one too.
There's something that may surprise you about Marian University. It's not our Catholic faith or our Franciscan values. It's not our 5,000 students or our diversity. It's not Marian's championship athletics or our Indianapolis location. It's that Marian is home to Indiana's only college of osteopathic medicine, Marian, Indy's Catholic University.
Get a look at the nursing school across the way here at Marian University, just a couple of parking lots away from where we currently sit at the Ascension St. Vincent Field, home of Marian football and soccer. A full day of Marian athletics here on the ISC Sports Network. We mentioned the soccer doubleheader here from the video side of things. The football team is up at Lawrence Tech tonight in Southfield, Michigan, where I was born, by the way. Side note. And they will be taking on the Blue Devils tonight in some MSFA football action for the Marian Knights football team. On the men's soccer side, 16th ranked in the land, trying to bounce back from that first loss of the year on Wednesday night. They come in 4-1. They outshot Governor State, just couldn't find that elusive goal. What do you look out of the Knights here in the opening couple minutes of the half?
Yeah, I really don't see Marian having that first loss of the season hangover, which is great if you're Coach Jenkins to see. Really, it's not being able to put the ball in the back of the net, which was what we covered at halftime, Rick. So really continue to see Marian push the pace. Defensively, they're solid. They're playing great shape. We've seen it from our vantage point, the way they shift together, move together, staying in their shape, and moving very, very fast all together. So really continue to see Marian create those opportunities.
Knights in the home whites today. Governor State in the road black. And it was a 13-3 shots advantage in the first half for Marian, as the Jaguars of Governor State had to play a lot of defense early on. Started to create those scoring opportunities late, in an early foul here, 11 seconds in, as Matthew Liu goes down right here at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, unfortunately, Liu just got a high boot that came in late right here, just a little late on the tackle. Yeah, that doesn't feel good.
Actually make it Ali Kalkuli.
Was that Ollie?
That was Ollie down there.
Sorry about that, guys. That was Ollie.
I saw the 2, and then the 6 looked a little zero-ish. Kalkuli forward. Roshaw dumping it off. V-House to the middle, leading his man there, and just misses that wide post. That's been the name of the day, just a little bit off on every one of these shots from Marian, it feels like.
Yeah, great build-up again here from Marian, and really, Rick, what got me was how much space Marian had in the middle of the field. They've been playing the ball so much to the sides that the Governor State defenders are really pushing out, so there's so much space in the middle of the field to build up. So another great chance for Marian, and really unfortunate for the finish there.
Donovan Doolittle was on the other end of that opportunity there for the Knights.
Yeah, just pushed it past the post, and yeah, say that 4 times fast. My goodness. Yeah, another great scoring opportunity there for Marian.
Foul on the Knights. And a long free kick from the left flank here for Governor State. Rolls through everybody. Closest Jaguar there was Tyler Dywart, back here in his home state from Westfield, Indiana originally. Looks like Marian did get a touch on it, so first corner kick of the afternoon here for Governor State. Mattia Mazzo, the man from Rome, will take this one.
Maria Mato.
And this is where, in an opportunity, you want to go for Igbako.
Trying to play it there. He gets pushed out of the way. It rolls towards the top of the box. One touch forward, and that shot blistered wide by Gallardo.
Yeah, good job pushing out by the Marian defenders, making him take a touch to his right and then pushing it past the post again. Great opportunity again for Governor State. And really, we looked at what Governor State did there towards the end of the first half, putting a lot of really good possession together, putting some nice passes together. And we've seen that already here to start the second half as well, Rick.
V-House loses his footing. Nunez trying to come in and scoop up the loose change. But Gallardo and Governor State dumping it into Agboku. The big 6'7" man has the angle forward, flips it back towards the middle of the box, still loose. He gets back to his feet, tried to punch it forward, but the Marian defense stands tall with Yaro Koroblev turning him away.
Yep, and another great chance for Governor State. A quick little counterattack, feeding the ball to the middle. Boku just couldn't get it past the keeper. Great chance here.
Ooh, a hard fall there from Mateo Garcia Galan as he collided with Agboku.
Yeah, Galan did a great job, though. He came out and cut off that angle to knock that ball free. And that's what you want to see if you're Coach Jenkins. You want your keeper to play fearlessly. Come out. Yes, he's a bigger body coming at you, but guess what? You just blocked a goal, so fantastic job, sir.
And the sports medicine staff for Marian had to run back to pick up some gear before they get to take a look at the night keeper. 6'2" junior out of Mexico is Mateo Garcia Galan. And Agboku was able to shed off his defender and was going to go one-on-one with the Marian keeper if it wasn't, like you mentioned, for Galan coming out and cutting down his ankle.
Yeah, again, Agboku did a great job shaking off the defender. Took a heavy touch, though, which is what gave Galan the opportunity to come off of his line. Had he not played such a heavy touch, he probably could have just pushed it past Galan to the far corner, and it could have been 1-0 Governor State. But really, great job by Galan coming out, getting his hands low, getting his legs so that Agboku couldn't put it between his legs. Yeah, great save there from Galan.
Good to see the Marian keeper back to his feet. So he looks to be A-OK.
Well, then you also have to give props to the Marian defenders, too. They saw their keeper down to come back and clear the ball out of the box. So great heads-up play by the Marian defense.
Kind of had to be in scramble mode there for a minute.
Absolutely. That's a great way to put it.
Sanchez hand-fighting with Mazzo. And the foul on the Italian, Mattia Mazzo. Knights pressing it forward, but too much on that opportunity.
Yeah, right idea to switch to the near side here, Rick, but nobody home.
And now our two officials having a chat on that far side of the field. Flag was up before Marian dealt it across the field. Now Martin Barambos, another one of the Governor State captains, comes over to chat with our lead official.
And Rick, unfortunately, I didn't really get a chance to see what was going on before that ball was dealt. I was watching the ball. A little confusion on the sideline from the Marian coaches as to not knowing exactly what was going on there.
Yeah, they're not the only ones. I'm right in lockstep with them. I saw the flag up, and then play continued, and the ball got set 30 yards away from where the flag was up. We're back to live action here at Ascension St. Vincent Field. Big boot from Governor State. And a lead to the Marian throw-in off the hands of Sanchez. Marian turns it over. Trying to go cross field, intercepted by the Marian back line. Almost some Governor State on Governor State crime there as two Jaguars almost collided. Cal Cooley able to keep this one in Marion's favor in front of the Governor State bench.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed so far here in the second half, Rick, is that closing speed from the Governor State defenders. As soon as a Marian player is on the ball, they are closing very quickly. Obviously, we have a foul here, but it just shows how quickly they're getting to the ball.
Foul on Matzo. Too quick of a restart here from Josh Wessling of Marian.
Yeah, I don't think the ball actually came to a complete stop when he put the ball down.
Wessling, one of the captains for Marian, stands over this one. He's been applauded by his head coach, James Jenkins, for controlling the midfield, and he said organizing their engine. Here so far through the first 5+ matches of the year.
Well, I don't believe Governor State knows that Kokoli is wide open over here on this left side. He gets the ball here.
Roshaw plays it to him. A cross that's slipped away by Schlesinger. Rosha leaves it off to Calcooley once again. Little dump forward to Doolittle. Couldn't get that extra step around Gallardo, who then kicks it across the end line, and a corner on the way for Marian, but they stopped the clock briefly. Now it regains its starting momentum once again.
Yeah, we saw several opportunities come off corner kicks for Marian in that first half here, Rick, so here's another great chance.
Towards the near post. Sent away. Mendez, make it Dyward, excuse me, trying to knife his way and get that inside position after the corner taken by Rosha. Koroblev off to Gonzalez. Calcooley forward and out. Last touch by Governor State. V-House. Wessling was there trying to get a toe on it, could not. And Governor State drives that ball away from trouble.
Oh, great header.
Trying to find some space. Doolittle from long range. Diving and stopping is Gallego, excuse me. And he's able to cover that one up.
Yeah, Gallego did a great job diving, but unfortunately, getting it to his right foot, just used the inside of his foot. Probably should have used the laces on that one. He's going to want that one back, but another great chance here for the Marian Knights, and still nothing doing.
When you mean get on the laces, what do you mean by that?
So when I say get on the laces, when you strike the ball with the laces, you're going to end up getting a little bit more power. The way he was angled, I could see why he hit more with the inside of his foot, the way his body was turned. But usually when you hit the ball with your laces, you're going to get more power.
Here's another opportunity for Marian. V-House veers to the middle, runs into a couple of different defenders. Clearance was blocked. GSU still not out of trouble yet. Then a bicycle able to get this one a little bit farther away from the box. Schlesinger had the bicycle kick to get that one from trouble. Then his pass held in by Marian near the midline. Flicked forward. Knight's about a step away from going 1v1 with Gallego. Outbreaking Gallardo. As Governor State operates, waiting for reinforcements.
Great switch there by Governor State.
Matzo wanting to dance with Sanchez. And Matzo gets called for the foul with his palms up to the sky looking for an explanation.
Yeah, great shield there defensively to cause that foul. Sanchez again, very active on the defensive side and on the attacking side for Marian here so far today.
Doolittle back to Rosha.
One more.
Nunez had some help behind, turns and shoots. Gallego stops. V-House's shot blocked again. A bicycle kick is sent high and wide. 3 quick prime scoring chances for the Knights, but Gallego remains standing tall in the goal this afternoon for Governor State.
Yeah, Gallego makes the first save and then saves. Yeah, beautiful save on the first one. Then a little help from his defender there on the second one, and then a bicycle kick that just goes awry for the Knights there. But again, 3 very quick scoring opportunities for the Knights.
Agboku whistled for the offside. Our first one of those this afternoon comes almost 10 minutes into half 2. Little 50-50 ball. It's scooped up by Ali Kalkuli. Lopez back to Koroblev. And Garcia Galan, the keeper, operates it now for Marian. Back heel flick to V-House.
Yep, advantage being played.
Rocha forward. Nunez tangled up with the defender, and Schlesinger takes it away from him. More physical play, just like we saw back in the first half. The Governor State can't clear it, held in by Marian. Rocha. Doolittle trying to get that extra step. Gets bumped into the corner by Naselli. And the clock is stopped, and a yellow card is going to be issued. Against whom? It'll be against Governor State's Jose Antonio. That still has the corner kick still upcoming here with Joao Rocha.
Yeah, my guess is that yellow card is for that foul that took place here at midfield, Rick. That hard tackle where the referee played advantage.
And the play advantage there is because Marian had the clear.
Yeah,
there's no reason to stop and essentially penalize Marian.
For having so much space to work with. They had full-on possession.
On for the Knights, it'll be number 27, Rafael Zambrano.
Zambrano enters for Marian. He was pretty creative at a couple of different points back in that first half. Still 0-0.
And again, you love having a player like Zambrano that can come off the bench. He's got a couple tallies on the year, goal-wise and assist-wise. So having him being able to come off with those, come on the field with those fresh legs is a huge plus for Coach Jenkins' squad.
Agboku, one defender through the second, and was the last one deflected off of him. That ball went flying through the air.
And Rick, watching Agboku take those long strides, and that's where he can have that advantage against those smaller defenders. Really, when he's taking 2 or 3 steps, the Marian defenders are having to take 5 or 6 steps to keep up with him. So really being able to utilize that pace, that long stride to get past the defenders in the box, just put it wide of the post.
Sebastian Gonzalez was the last man standing between Agboku and the goal. Antonio gives it away and shot out of a cannon. Here comes Westling for Marian. Westling's with the ball at his feet. Then finally gave it off towards Zambrano. Brent, you mentioned the speed we've seen from the Governor State defense here in the second half, and I think it was really on display right there. They've just been playing in a different gear coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. They've absolutely been putting some serious pace together, not only on the attack, as we just saw from Governor State, but on the defensive side as well. Being able to recover, keeping Marian University from really being able to take advantage of a counterattack.
Gallardo plays it back.
Good step.
Intercepted by Sanchez. He was pretty creative in that first half. Here comes Jesus for Marian. Has V-House in front. Sanchez lays it back. Didn't get enough on it where the Knights. It looked to be Nunez who might have hit that with his back heels. Didn't get enough oomph. And a counter for Governor State thwarted for the time being, but Gallardo gives it up front as his man Dywert was wrestled down to the turf.
Yeah, a little bit of a delayed whistle there for the referee. You could tell that he was kind of thinking about it. Should I call this or not? But really, great build-up down the sideline for Marian all day with the space. Sends a beautiful ball into the box. Just could not get enough on it. Coach Jenkins applauding his team, saying, let's keep it up, fellas. Let's keep it up.
Gallardo flexing into space. Agboku thought about a long-range try. Mendez now trying to create for Governor State. Pass deflected at the feet of a Marian defender. That might have been Koroblev. Zambrano trying to find an edge. He gets ushered out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Governor State.
Yeah, Zambrano did a great job getting it to this near side, Rick. He tries to touch it to himself. Great job defensively, cutting off his angle.
Abraham Jaimes enters for Governor State. He'll go to his natural forward spot, replacing Agboku with about a half hour left to go here in the second half. We saw Jaimes play more of a defender role outside back in that first half.
Yep, absolutely. And really, Agboku doing a fantastic job creating opportunities for Governor State.
Almost some miscommunication there. Now the goalie out here, and Gallego. Quick recovery there by the Governor State defense, out to Vhouse in front, who puts it in. And Marian finally breaks through after Gallego had turned him away multiple times. But the Jaguars get a little sloppy on the defensive end, and Vhouse scores his 5th of the season.
Yeah, unfortunately for Governor State, here's a replay of the goal. Vhouse just does a great job pushing it to the far corner past Gallego. But really, the big mishap there, the miscommunication between Gallego and his last defender, really kind of getting in each other's way. Marian does a great job recovering to the ball, getting to the ball in the box, and then playing it across. Vhouse does a great job of finishing it. 1-0 Knights. And after all those opportunities, the buildup finally pays off for the Knights.
Assist for Gustavo Nunez, his 2nd of the season. That goal not only gives Vhouse the team lead over Nunez, also gives him the point lead over Nunez, as well as that goal comes in the 61st minute. And if you're Marian, that's got to be a big sigh of relief after coming so close multiple times, particularly in that first half.
And Rick, you said it. I mean, it's a huge sigh of relief, but at the same time, you cannot let up defensively because if you're watching a soccer match, majority of the goals that come quickly after are because a team has scored a goal and they kind of let their guard down a little bit. So on the defensive side of everything, you want to make sure that you are staying intact defensively if you're Marian.
Offside flag in the air as Zambrano played that ball deep.
Yeah, absolutely a sigh of relief for Marian after all those opportunities that they had, not only in the first half, but here to start the second half, Rick. And if you're Governor State, you have to know, hey, we've had our chances too.
Cal Cooley steps in front of that pass. Mendez wins it back for Governor State, and the Jags will send it back to the keeper, Gallego. Backup keeper was summoned about 20 to 23 minutes after Mark Habetler got injured in the first half. Jaimes, touchdown. Galan off his line. Gallardo tripped just outside of the top of the box. Governor State allowed to play on here. Schlesinger, a step, but touched away from him, and here comes Marian the other way as the Knights almost gave that equalizer a pretty good look there for Governor State.
Yeah, Jaimes did a great job touching the ball to the outside. Galan just comes off his line way too far, and really incredible chance there for Governor State, but really on this foul, what could have been a foul, I'm surprised it wasn't called a foul, on Marian right outside the box. The fact that the referee allowed advantage there was kind of surprising to me, Rick. In that scenario, that is.
The Governor State coaching staff agreed with you vehemently.
Yeah, in that spot, that location of the field, yes, you may have advantage there, or you may have possession there, but really because of the amount of bodies that Marian had in front of them, I'm surprised he didn't set up the free kick for Governor State. But if you're Marian, you're, again, breathing a sigh of relief because, one, they missed that opportunity on goal, but two, you didn't end up giving up a free kick right outside the box.
I say in that scenario, would you normally see, because of the advantage would really be better to have the free kick just outside the box. That's why you would have just blown it in, even if they did have
possession.
Have the possession of the advantage.
Absolutely. Yeah, normally you would see that call, but the referee decided to play advantage there. So obviously it's up to his discretion how he wants to call that. which was, I think, surprising to not only myself but to Governor State as well. Again, if you're Marian, sigh of relief. You're happy he didn't call that.
Matzo has to take it away. Sanchez came off the bench in the first half, but he's been a stalwart out there for James Jenkins' bunch here for the majority of today's contest. Jose Antonio stopped briefly as Carter Beckman intercepts there for the Knights. Lopez intercepts another one here for Marian, and now the Knights with a quick counter on the right flank. Dancing, and Antonio just steps in and bully balls his way through. He'll get whistled for the foul, but that stopped the fancy footwork for the Knights.
Yeah, I got another delayed whistle there from the referee. He had to look at his line judge. Line judge was waving his flag profusely, calling that a foul, and the referee finally blew the whistle. But looking down again, Rick, we have a fantastic vantage point. I'm looking down at the Governor State bench here, and really the coaches. Governor State has lost possession in the middle of the field several times here late in this second half, and really the Governor State coaches are yelling to the players, like, spread it wide, get it wide. We have so much more space out there. So really some frustration setting in for the coaching staff of Governor State.
Gabriel Lima ready to check in for Marian for the first time today. Will come after this free kick for the Knights as Gallego punches another one away. Another dangerous chance off a set piece here for Marian.
Yeah, another beautiful ball into the box. Gallego did a great job of punching the ball away, but yet possession remains with Marian here.
On for the Knights, it'll be number 30, Gabriel Lima. From number 26, Holly Calculi.
Calculi exiting for the Knights.
Calculi has done a fantastic job here today, Rick. Just up and down this sideline, doing a great job.
Service in. Gallego punches it down. V-House was cutting in front of him off of the cross from Lima. And another opportunity for Marian, sent away, but they'll have a chance with a corner here from the far side of the field.
Knights corner kick by number 27.
It'll be Zambrano with that dominant left foot. An in-swinger. Back post headed down, and Gallego snabs that one.
Yeah, good ball in by Zambrano down that, or to that back post. Gallego in the right spot. And right now, if you're Marian, every throw-in, every free kick, every whistle that's blown is really just taking 5-10 seconds off the clock, which is what helps you right now with that 1-0 lead.
Nunez streaking forward, back towards the middle. V-House shoots and puts her home. Second one of the day for Sam V-House, and that one was a beauty.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful finish there by V-House. Beautiful ball across. He lets it roll across his body and just smashes it home one time into the far corner. Great shot, great finish. V-House and the Marian Knights up 2-0.
Another assist for Nunez, with V-House going to the top shelf. Multi-goal game for Sam V-House as he scores in back-to-back games.
Yeah, great body control by V-House. As that ball's coming across the box, he lets it come across his body, using that powerful left foot to send it the other way, just smashes it home. Great finish there by Sam V-House.
Tally comes in the 67th minute here for the Knights, and they've got a 2-goal cushion with 23 minutes left to go here in our match today. Quick touch forward. Not coming back on the line, and a quick answer right on the other end. Pedro Mendez.
And that's what I mentioned earlier, Rick. That's what you don't want to do if you're defensively for the Marian Knights. You don't want to give away a quick goal, and just like that, Governor State right back in this match.
Jaguars goal.
That's Pedro Mendez, first one of the year. He scores that 41 seconds after Marian goes up by 2.
Yeah, great space, great awareness in the box. Does a great job getting the ball to his right foot and just putting it home.
And now does Marian have a quick counter in there as well. Here comes one of their captains in Wessling. One man to beat, steps in. Big time save, kicked away by Gallego as Wessling wisely watches that ball bounce across the end line to set up the Marian corner kick. But a quick strike, and you mentioned it earlier, Brant. You mentioned when you get those quick goals, it can be when a team kind of takes their foot off the gas a little bit.
Lets their guard down. Yep.
And 41 seconds later, it's back to a one-goal margin.
And you have to give credit where credit's due to Governor State in not putting your head down. Yes, you go down 2-0, but guess what? You immediately get one back 41 seconds after you scored the first one, or after you gave away the second goal for Marian.
V-House kicks it off of a defender, and that clock becoming the bigger friend of Marian with each second ticking off of it here as they're going to take maybe a little bit extra time here in setting up this corner kick, trying to bleed a couple extra seconds.
Yeah, here if you're Marian, you thought, hey, we've got this nice little 2-0 cushion.
Zambrano on the corner. In swinger. Deflected away. Knights trying to hold this one in. Volleyed out of there by the Governor State defense. Jaimez lets it bounce off the turf, but he is outnumbered by about 3 different Knights. Mendez, the goal scorer, kicks this one into the stands, and it ricochets back to the track.
Yeah, and again, you're Marian, you think you've got this great 2-0 cushion here, and then hats off to Governor State not giving up on really anything and getting that quick goal.
Lima backpedals, heads it forward. Off the side into Selly's foot. And it's switched over to Sanchez here for Marian.
And that's why really Coach Jenkins mentioned, staying intact defensively in every aspect, every moment of the match, because really things can turn quickly if you're not in your shape.
Sanchez waits for it to bounce to him. Served in by the Knights. V-House is there, and there's the hat trick for Sam V-House, all coming in the second half.
Oh, Sam V-House, beautiful header past the keeper, but an even better ball in. Great ball across. Nothing the keeper can do. Sam V-House punches it in using that big frame. And really, Gallego, he was in the right place. The ball just went right between his hands. Sam V-House put enough power on that header to push it past the keeper. Sam V-House with the hat trick. Look at that.
Goals in the 61st, 67th, and 70th minute for Sam V-House, almost matching his total season output here in the last 9 minutes or so. Assist there for Joao Rocha, his third helper of the year. And when in doubt, look for the big 6'4" sophomore there in the middle, and Marian's done that here in the second half as they've got that 2-goal advantage back in their pocket.
And he's collected as well. He's done a great job of finishing. Here's another great chance here.
Wessling, a touch, and Gallego able to poke it away.
Now, again, Gallego does a great job coming off his line. He was going to make fantastic job coming off the line, cutting off that angle, making Marian earn every goal.
For the Knights, Joao Rocha, corner kick.
As Rocha for the corner. Towards the back post, V-House trying to find his fourth. And it goes off of him. It'll be a Governor State goal kick here as the Jaguars had gotten that life back, but then right after they got the quick counter, a couple minutes later, V-House's third has got Marian breathing a little bit easier here with about 19.5 minutes left.
Yeah, just another miscue, another letdown defensively for Governor State. The Jaguars on that back line, allowing V-House to get behind the defensive line and get open for that header and really making that cushion. It's only 2 goals, but that much bigger now, especially with under 20 minutes to go here, Rick.
Particularly with the struggles that we've mentioned for Governor State here offensively, both coming into the match, but also today. It took them a while to get going in that first half. They only had 3 shots in the opening 45 minutes. Now, they all came in a late flurry, but it took a while to kind of get things going.
Yeah, and really they started the second half the way they ended the first half, pushing that possession, getting some chances in front of the goal. But really here, up until they scored their goal, there really hadn't been much going for them. Just a letdown defensively by Marian.
A bicycle kick attempted on the backside by the Knights. Just a little bit off on that try, and it'll be once again a goal kick here for Governor State.
Yeah, good body control, trying to get that bicycle off, but unfortunately just couldn't get it.
On for the Jaguars, it's number 13, Oscar Lopez.
Oscar Lopez entering for Governor State.
It's number 22, Antonio Pradas.
And Antonio Pradas back in for Marian. Make sure to stay tuned. Our second match of our soccer doubleheader coming up at 3 o'clock. 6th-ranked undefeated Marian women's soccer team takes on number 22 Northwestern Ohio coming up at 3 p.m. B House again drawing a crowd with those 3 tallies today. Pratas fresh off the bench for the Knights. Zambrano turns the corner. Sends it in over the head of V House. They had Nunez on the backside, but a header away by the Governor State defense keeps this at a 2-goal margin.
Yeah, another great ball into the box by Marian. Great job defensively by Governor State to knock that ball away and build up this counterattack.
Beckman forward. Touchdown. Clinert. Nobody home in black. And so Sanchez, the first one on it here for Governor State as he wisely lets it roll out of bounds.
Yeah, great communication on the defensive side of the ball for Marian. Just basically saying what you were saying. There's nobody at home. Push out, push out.
A man down for Governor State as they'll wave in Mattia Mazzo to come in and sub for that injured Jaguar. Looks to be Tyler Dywert. And will be exiting the Westfield, Indiana native.
On for the Jaguars, it'll be number 10, Maria Mato. For number 17, Tyler Dywert.
Governor State trying to avoid dropping their 4th match in a row after winning the opener. And Marian trying to bounce back from their first loss of the year coming up this past Wednesday. 4-1 are the 16th ranked Knights in the first poll of the regular season coming out earlier this week. Things looking up for James Jenkins' bunch here in his 3rd year leading the Knights, leading his alma mater.
Yeah, if you're Coach Jenkins, you're happy with what you've seen today, especially after that loss on Wednesday. The bounce back, what was the players' mentality going to be? What was their energy level going to be like? And they've come out and shown that, hey, yeah, we may have lost one, but we're going to get this one back, and they've really played very, very well today.
A couple more non-conference matches before the Knights jump into Crossroads League play. And then once that happens, that's almost a sprint to the end of the regular season, the tournament, and then hopefully for the Knights, a little postseason NAI tournament as well.
Yeah, and really, Coach Jenkins has done such a phenomenal job with this program in just his 3rd year. Really, like we talked about before, Rick, they have so many experienced players that have come back from last year. Great season a year ago. Coach Jenkins led this team to a historic, Crossroads League Tournament Championship final. Unfortunately, they lost to Spring Arbor in the championship match. If you had a chance to watch that match last year, it was raining sideways. It was about 38 degrees outside. It was beautiful soccer weather. And Kurt Darling will tell you the same thing. I always say that about soccer weather. If it's snowing, if it's pouring down rain, it is perfect soccer weather. But really, just, unfortunately, they lost that match to Spring Arbor in that first conference title match since 2005. But really getting to the championship tournament and unfortunately losing in the 2nd round for the first time in program history. But really, and it's bouncing back this season, getting back to that stage and pushing forward past that stage is really what his goal is this season.
Jaimez with a nice shot. Garcia Galan on the stop, excuse me. You talk about the decorated history for the women's soccer side here at Marian, and then the men starting to match that output as well. Like we mentioned, the Crossroads League, no joke when it comes to men's and women's soccer. On the men's side, Bethel won the national title just a couple of years ago, and Spring Arbor's been one of the perennial powers as well as of late. And now Marian starting to throw their hat in the ring when you have the Indiana Wesleyans in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just nothing but great soccer, great competition all over this conference. As you see, I mean, like you said, Marian really starting to throw their name in the hat, and they've done a great job of representing.
Shot from the Knights, and this one finds the back of the net. A beautiful individual tally for Marian as it's scored there by Matthew Liu.
Yeah, Matthew Liu does a great job. The way he gets the ball to his left foot, just a fantastic finish all the way to the far corner. And really, there's nothing Gallego could do on that one. That ball was way too far past him. Great job by Matthew Liu. Man, just the way he pushed that ball to his left foot, sends it across the face of the goal, and Gallego, nothing he could do. Great goal, great finish. 4-1 Knights.
Liu playing in his first match of the season, his first goal of the year as well for the Germany native, transferred in from Weber International University down in Florida. A 3-goal lead here for Marian. V-House looking to potentially add his fourth, lays it back. Another shot on, deflected out of bounds by Governor State, and now Marian really putting the pedal to the metal here in the last quarter hour.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch here. Marian continuing to push that pace as we get later into this match, and really, Coach Jenkins was saying we're still very much so in the building phase here at Marian.
Nice corner kick.
Corner kick punched away. Gallego able to get that big left paw up there.
Yeah, he really just mentioned, they're still in the building phase here at Marian, and they had great success last year, and the goal is to get back there, and they know how hard it is to do that each and every season. And really, it comes as the success really comes as a byproduct of what they do on the training ground, in the meeting rooms, day in and day out, and it's really showing on the field here today. It's showing with what they've done already so far this season.
What do you think has been the biggest adjustment that Marian made from the first half when they were so close to getting those goals? What do you think about their second half performance here so far today?
Yeah, their second half performance has been phenomenal, but their first half performance was great as well. Really here in the second half, obviously getting those 4 goals, it's continuing to build up and creating opportunities. It's the placement of the ball when you have those chances, and we've seen that with not only the headers and just the great strikes to the corners. Again, ball placement when you strike it is very important. How you strike the ball is important. Getting enough juice on it, placement, everything. So really, Marian doing a fantastic job on these opportunities this second half.
And the offense just not there for Governor State. That's been the name of the game for them in the first 4 matches of the year. We mentioned just 3 shots in the first half, all coming in the latter stages of the opening stanza. And Marian came out. They scored in the 61st, 67th, 70th, and 77th minute here. But if you're Governor State, you did get that 1 goal 41 seconds after the second V-House tally. So there was some offense to look at for Governor State, just not enough kind of playing it consecutively one after another.
Yeah, unfortunately for Governor State, as soon as they scored that goal, it wasn't too long after that Marian got yet another one from Sam V-House. And really that was kind of I wouldn't say the dagger, but it was pretty much so for the match. And really, Governor State just couldn't really get it going. Oh, off the bar.
Nunez tried to curl it in from just outside the box. From the other side this time, and it's punched away again by Gallego. He's at over 10-plus saves already today, coming in relief back in the first half.
Yeah, Gallego has had himself a fantastic match. Marian has just been able to take advantage of 4 opportunities that they've been given. A couple miscues at the back defensively that helped create those goal-scoring opportunities.
Governor State gives it away. Marian again trying to add more here in the final 10.5 minutes. Selly pushing forward. Agboku came in during a most recent stoppage. Back over to the left flank. Matzo might try to do it himself. We got a little crossed up there where he's going to shoot or cross it. Either way, it goes off of Marian, and Governor State will have the wind at their back from this far side corner.
Yeah, had a couple teammates in the box, decided to take it himself, unfortunately, but good defensive awareness to kind of clump up there to cut off that angle.
Multiple substitutions for the Jaguars. It'll be number 13, Oscar Lopez.
So it's Matzo on the corner for Governor State. See a whole mass of humanity right there inside the 18.
Corner kick for the Jaguars by number 10, Marian Matzo.
Headed away by V-House of Marian. And good hustle from Lima, but a better slide tackle keeps it going for Governor State. And Lurbu. Offside was Jaimez, and so Marian has the free kick from deep in their own end. And with 9 minutes remaining in this one, Brant, the clock is their friend. They're going to try to take as much time as possible allowed by our officials here today before having to get the ball back into play.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, really every set piece you get, every throw-in you get, you can milk a few seconds off the clock.
Back to Gallego. He'll be tagged with giving up the 4 goals today, but he has been spectacular. Coming in off the bench, could have been really, really on the other end of it back in the first half if it wasn't for him and a couple of his teammates as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, a couple of his teammates helped as well, clearing some shots off the line, but really Gallego just a phenomenal match today. Yes, a couple of miscues defensively that led to those opportunities for Marian, but really he has been all over that goal line in the net today for the Jaguars.
Again, we wish the best to Mark Habetler, who got injured back in the first half. Was holding his left arm as he walked off the field, so we wish the best for the freshman from Austria. But looking forward for Governor State, trying to get back to the national tournament for the 3rd year in a row. If you know you have Matthias Gallego back, that's a pretty good, you know, backup goalie plan, much better than what we normally see, as we mentioned, you know, a couple of times already. Started the first 2 matches of the year.
Yeah.
Did not start the last 3, came off the bench, or the last 2 came off the bench today, so pretty good insurance plan going forward here for Governor State.
Yeah, a majority of the time you see a backup goalkeeper that comes in that has little to no experience coming in at the college level. So to have Gallego in there that has so much experience, that has a win under his belt so far this season, knowing that you have him in the net, that's definitely a plus for Governor State.
For the Knights, they're ahead 4-1. Again, trying to erase the memories of Wednesday suffering their first loss of the year. We talked about bouncing back. How important is that for a group that is so experienced as you get ready for these final couple of non-conference matches? Bouncing back from a tough showing on Wednesday where you had the match tied at 1-1 before falling 2-1 to come back here. And after a rough go of it in the first half where you just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net to come through and put 4 here in the second half.
Well, Rick, everything leads up to conference play, right? Everything leads up to league play, and having as much confidence as you possibly can going into league play is absolutely vital. So really getting a nice victory here today. Can he finish?
Flicked in beautifully off of the volley, off the left foot of Gustavo Nunez. Nice to see Nunez get a goal on the score sheet today after assisting on the first 2 Niehaus goals of the day.
Yeah, Nunez does a great job getting the rebound off the deflection, and Gallego just way too far off his line. Just chips it over him, little volley, and beautiful finish. Now 5-1 to the Marian Knights.
84th minute, the goal for Nunez, his 5th of the year. He's got some work to catch up here with Sam V-House. Those 2 guys came in tied for the Marian lead in goals, but the hat trick from V-House today has got a little more breathing room now. 2 up on Nunez after he gets one back there in the column there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nunez is like, hey, where's mine? It's my turn. You have your 3. It's my turn now. So really great job there by Nunez to finish that one. But if you're Coach Jenkins, you look at those 2 up top and you say, hey, I've got a pretty strong duo that can put the ball in the back of the net for me moving forward. So like I was saying before, Rick, it's everything leading up to conference play is absolutely vital. So getting a big win here today, creating as much chemistry and cohesiveness on the field in every line, every attack, every midfield play, every defensive stance, goalkeepers communicating, everything like that leads to a solid league outing. So big win today is going to help.
Nunez, a junior, V-House, just a sophomore. So those two stalwarts up top offensively for Marian. They came in tied for the team lead in goals. Again, if you're just joining us, we were scoreless at the half after Marian had outshot Governor State 13-3 in the first half, including 8-1 in shots on goal. Just couldn't get it past either of the two keepers that Governor State has sent out there today, but the second half has been a different story. It took them a while to get going. They didn't score until the 61st minute, but V-House got 3 of them today. Nunez just added another one. And you also throw in Lou there for his first goal of the season. It's been a real banner day here for Marian, particularly scoring in the second half as a yellow card getting issued here to Gabrielle Lima.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it, Rick. It took until the 60th minute for either team to get on the board. Really, obviously, Marian getting on the board first. But then once that happened, really the floodgates kind of opened up, and that's what you want to see if you're Coach Jenkins moving forward. Is, hey, once we get going, once we get into a rhythm, we can score at will.
5.5 left to go in this one. The GSU throwing as they try to work it off to the 6'7" Agboku. Shot from inside the box blocked. Agboku's shot goes wide as he spins down to the turf. First of our 3 Marian broadcasts today here on the ISC Sports Network. Women's soccer coming up at 3. 6th-ranked Knights against number 22 Northwestern Ohio. And then later tonight, we'll also have coverage of the Marian football team taking on the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils up in Southfield, Michigan. That is an audio-only broadcast with Scott McCauley on the call for Knights football.
It's Marian Day on the ISC Sports
That's
Network.
right. Marian, I feel that should be like a sponsored element.
Right.
Marian Saturday, sponsored by your business here. You know somebody that can handle that, right?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, just pass that up the totem pole to
That's
the right person, and the chain of command just give me like 5% on the back end, and we'll call it even.
We'll call it even. That's right. Checks in the mail.
Thank you. So Governor State looking on the wrong side of a 5-1 score. So they're 4 minutes away from dropping their 4th straight match. Again, they lost 11 seniors from last year's historic team. Matt Eggert in his 7th year leading Governor State. He started this program back in 2019. It's taken them to 3 NAI national tournaments, including 2 in each of the last 2 years. They were the double champs last year in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference regular season and tournament title. Trying to build it here with those 11 seniors graduating, including 2 of the top players in the CCAC. And they've played a gauntlet of a schedule. They already played Indiana Wesleyan once, and so Governor State, a real tough non-conference here, trying to get back on that national stage.
Well, and like we had talked about earlier, Rick, is, when you lose that many, good opportunity there for Marian.
As Kopp rifled it over the top of the goal, then he collided with Gallego. You saw Kopp get right back down on the turf to make sure that Gallego is okay after they had that collision.
Yeah, great sportsmanship there by Kopp to make sure Gallego was okay. But really, going back to it, Rick, it's when you lose that many players, the rebuild process in college is tougher now. But at the same time, knowing who your head coach is, knowing the system that you play, the players that come in, the underclassmen that were on the team before, that are stepping up into these bigger roles now, these starting roles, you can't take anything away from Governor State here today. They've had their opportunities. They've had their shots. They've had their counterattacks. They have the players in place to make big plays. So they're going to be fine moving forward. That's not the issue. It's just this is a year where, hey, you're seeing what you have. Non-con has been very tough. You get into league play. League play is not going to be easy either. Do they have the team to do it? Absolutely. As long as they continue to create opportunities and play as well as they did today.
Free kick sent in by Lima. Gallego to turn it away. And they also went into a team, we talked about it off the top, Brant, that Marian came in, they outscored their opponents 15-5 in the first 5 matches. They put a 5 spot up on the board today. This Marian offense, when they get going, they're almost like a runaway train at times.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's unfortunately Governor State ran right into the face of that train here in the second half after the 60th minute. Which, had it not been for those amazing saves in the first half, it could have been a lot worse for Governor State. But, you know, defensively and goalkeeping-wise, did a fantastic job of getting to the 60th minute before letting in a goal.
Foul here on Governor State. The final 90 seconds ticking away here for our first of 2 soccer matches coming up today here on the ISC Sports Network from Marian University. Men up first, the women to follow against the Racers of Northwestern Ohio.
One minute remaining in the match.
So the Knights will pick up their 5th win out of 6 matches to start the season. They'll move to 5-1. Ranked 16th in the first in-season coaches poll that came out earlier this week. Governor State will drop their 4th match of the year. Special thanks to our great crew today, Director Jordan Shue, replay Kyle Donlin, camera operators Vince Morales, Charlie Hammock, and Dennis Glover for bringing you all the pictures and sound here for this men's soccer match from Marian University here to start off our doubleheader this afternoon. Man of the match, Sam Viehaus with the hat trick, almost matching his season outputting goals with the 3 today. Moves him up to 7 on the year. And that will officially do it as the Knights win. 5-1, all goals coming in the second half. Brant, they move to 5-1 on the year.
Yeah, 5-1, great start, great bounce back by the Marian Knights after their loss on Wednesday night. They have a lot of positivity moving into these next couple non-con matches before league play starts.
That's Brant McCoskey, our great analyst. My name is Rick Johnston. Thank you so much for tuning into this presentation of Marian men's soccer here on the ISC Sports Network. Final today from Indianapolis was number 16 Marian 5, Governor State 1. This has been a presentation of college soccer here on the ISC Sports Network.
First kick in that match, 3 p.m. The Knights will then travel to Columbia, Kentucky on Friday, September the 12th as they take on the number 7 ranked Blue Raiders from Wilson University. First kick on the 12th, 8 p.m. Your Knights return to Ascension St. Vincent Field on